Hello students, in this video you will learn how to write programs using user-defined functions. So in the board exam you have a lot of questions which require you to write programs using user-defined functions. So the contents of this video, you will learn to write programs. We will learn how to find the output of a given code and how to find errors. Now let us look at the first program. Write a program to find the value of a plus b whole square using a function named form of a comma b, which returns the answer. Give default values for a and b as 5 and 12. Call the function in three different ways with three different sets of arguments. So let us see how to write this program. The program says, write a program to find the value of a plus b whole square using a function named form of a comma b. So in the question they have given a name for the function. So when you write the program you have to follow the same and see if they have provided any arguments. In that case you have to give the same in your program. So your program name should be form and the arguments should be a comma b. So the first line of your program will be def. What is the name of the function? Form. And what are the arguments used? A comma b. And don't forget to give a colon. For this line you will get half a mark. So def form of a comma b colon. Now what is given here? What is the purpose of this function? Find the value of a plus b whole square and return the answer. So you can do it in two lines. You can either write answer is a plus b to the power of 2 and return the answer, or you can directly give the expression in the return statement like this. No need of this line. So it is your wish. You can write it in any way. Either you can calculate the answer separately and then return it, or directly return the formula. The value will be calculated and returned. So this is the function. The function accepts two arguments for which you will find a plus b whole square and return the answer. That is what given in the question, which returns the answer. Now look at the next statement. Give default values for a and b as 5 and 12. So where should you give default values? The default arguments should be given in the function header. Default value of a is 5. So give a as 5 and b as 12. Now I've done the second. The next statement is call the function in three different ways with three different sets of arguments. So how should you call this function? You should say on form of a comma b. So to call the function you have to pass two values, say form of 10 comma 15. This is one way. The next way, form of, give value for one argument and skip the other one. So I will give a value as 10 and skip b. The next way, I'll give b value as 15 and skip a. So these are three different ways of calling the function. Here I have passed a value as 10. So a will be replaced with 10 but b will have a default value of 12. In the third method of calling, b value is passed as 15 but a will be skipped. So a value is taken as the default one, which is 5. Now observe this calling statement. I have simply called form of 10 comma 15. But when the answer is returned back, there should be some variable to hold the return value, or we can directly print the return value like this. So give either a print statement or a variable to hold the answer. Right? So this is how you will execute this function. So let us check the output of this program. So the output says 625, which is a plus b whole square. For the first time, it is 10 plus 15 whole square, which is 25 square. The next time, a value is 10, b is default 12. So that gives an answer 484. The third calling statement, a value is retained as the default one and b value is taken as 15. So 20 square, which is 400. I hope you understood how to write a program. But anyway, we'll also see another example. Look at the second one. Write a program with a method named profit. So the function name should be profit. And what are the parameters? CP comma profit percent. So you should pass the uh, cost price followed by the profit percentage, which returns the selling price. If the profit is not supplied, calculate a profit of 15%. So what do they say? If the profit percentage is not supplied, profit should be 15%, which means you have to give a default value here for profit percentage. So let us change this program. Write a program with a method named profit. So it is clearly mentioned the method name should be profit, and what are the arguments? Cost price comma profit percent, and put a colon. Now returns the selling price. So calculate the selling price. Selling price is equal to the cost price plus cost price into profit percent divided by 100. Right? So if it is 10%, then 10%, 10 by 100 into the cost price plus the price will give the selling price. Now return the selling price. Now what is mentioned? If the profit percent is not supplied, make it 15%. So is equal to 15. Remember, you should not use any symbols like percentage, dollar, comma, and all those things in a number. So if you use those things, it is not considered as a number. It will result in an error, right? Now, which returns the selling price. Now let us call the function. How to call the function? Print profit of, let us say the cost price is 10,000 and I'm going to give a profit percent of 10%. The next one, let us see how the default value works. Let me erase this profit percentage. If you skip that, what is given here? If the profit is not supplied, 15% is calculated. So I'm not supplying the profit percentage. Let us check how it works now. So yes, the first time 10%, 1000 rupees is added as profit, and the second time when the profit is not passed, 15% is calculated. So this is how the program works, right? Now let us check the third program. Write a program using a method rect of L comma B to find the area and perimeter and print them in the function. So in this function there are no default values, no other extra requirements. So we'll simply write the name def rect of L comma B. And what is asked? Find the area and perimeter and print them in the function. So what do you mean by print them in the function? You need not return it. You can directly print the answer. So print the area and perimeter. For that, you need not calculate it separately and then print the variable. You can directly print the answer. So print area L into B. Print perimeter 2 into L plus B. So this is the function. So let us now call the function. Before calling the function, you should pass the values, right? So A is equal to float of input of, enter the length. Next, input the breadth. Get the breadth value. Now call the method rect of A comma B. Let us execute and find out. Enter the length, say 5.5, breadth 3.8. The area is 20.9 and perimeter is 18.6. So this is how you write simple programs using functions. Okay. So when you use functions to write a program, you have to be careful with the name, how many arguments are passed, whether there are any default values that has to be supplied, whether you have to return the answer or you have to print the answer. These are the things that you should observe and find out from the question. Then input the arguments that are required and call the function, right? So this is how you write a simple program. Next, we'll find out few errors in the given program and also write the output for that. Okay. So check this program, rectify the errors and write the output. Def sum of x comma y, return x plus y. So if you observe this part, there are no errors because the arguments are correct. Colon is given, def statement is here, return is given. So no errors here. Let us find out whether there are any errors in the main function. A comma b is equal to 10 comma 20. There are absolutely no errors here. Then print of sum of y equal to 10 and b equal to 5. Now here comes the problem. When you call a method, if you are going to pass the named arguments, if you are going to use keyword arguments, what are keyword arguments? Calling the arguments by their name. In that case, the name should match here. So you have a y here, y is equal to 10, this is perfectly right. You have an x here, but in this place, the b value is used, which is wrong. Actually, you should have given x here. That is a problem. Okay. Either you will simply say a comma b equal to 10 comma 20 and print sum of a comma b. Or if in case you are going to use named arguments, that is keyword argument, x value is something, y value is something. You can change the order. Changing the order is not a problem. Y is equal to 10, x is equal to 5 will make it right. So let us see how it works now. Now look at this. When I try to execute this program, it says sum got an unexpected keyword argument b. So that is what I told you. You should use the variable names that are given in the function header. So instead of b, you are supposed to give x. Now let us find out if it works well. Yes. We have got the answer 15. So remember, when you use named arguments, instead of simply giving 10 comma 5, here we are actually using named arguments. In that case, the argument name should be correctly given as given in the function header. Remember, the order can be changed. X comma y is given in the header. You can give y comma x in while calling. That will not cause any trouble. Okay. Now look at this code. This code finds a simple interest for the given values. Def SI, simple interest of P comma R equal to 0.8 comma T colon. Return P into R into T and print SI of 1000 comma 10, print SI of 1000. Now first observe the function header def SI of PRT. Whenever you use some arguments in the function header, the first condition is the compulsory arguments. What are compulsory arguments? One that requires value. P and T have no values, so we should supply values. So P and T should be given in the left hand side. R has a default value. The default argument should be in the right hand side. So you cannot give it in the middle of the coding. So the argument line should be P comma T comma R equal to 0.8. P and T should be in the left. Default value R should be in the right. That is one mistake. Return P into R into T. This statement is fine. Print SI of 1000 comma 10 is good because 1000 will be passed to principal and 10 will be given to T. R we have default value, so it will get printed. But look at the next line, SI of 1000. So how many arguments are compulsory arguments? P and T. So two arguments are compulsory arguments. But here I have given the value for only one. So this will cause an error. So how will you correct this program? Let us check. Now look at this code. It says non-default arguments should follow default arguments. So this is what I told you. This R equals to 0.8 should be given here. Right? Positional argument should be in the left hand side. Default will be in the right hand side. So let us check. There is one more error. SI of 1000. Here one more argument is missing because there are two compulsory arguments. Positional arguments P and T are there. So you have to give a value for T. Okay. Now it works well. So this is how you clear this error. Let us check the next code. Def twice of A, B, C. Return A into 2, B into 2, C into 2. So this code returns the double of the given arguments. Look at the first call statement. There are no errors in the header statement or in the return statement. So let us see what is the problem here. X comma y is equal to twice of 4 comma 10 comma 20. What happens here? 4 is passed to A, 10 is passed to B and 20 is passed to C. And in the return statement, 3 values are passed which will be assigned here to X comma Y. But the problem is there are 3 values that are returned, but there are only 2 arguments which get the values. So actually you're supposed to give 3 arguments here. Or you can give a single argument where then 3 values will be given as a tuple for this X. Simply give X is equal to twice of 4 comma 10 comma 20. Right? The 3 values will be passed as a tuple to X. Here they are printing X comma Y comma Z. So you are supposed to give a Z here. So there are 3 values which will be passed here. The next one, answer is equal to twice of 1 comma 2 comma 3. What will happen here? A into 2, B into 2, C into 2. 3 values will be passed to answer. So what data type will answer be? It will be a tuple. That's why I'm trying to print type of answer. Let us check what the output is. Before that, we'll first print this and try to find out if the error which we found out is right. Now look at this statement. X comma Y is equal to twice of these 3. Too many values to unpack. So this requires another value, another argument. So let us give add a z here. Check. Yes. So the first line has assigned 8, 20, 40 to x, y, z. And the second one, I tried to get the answer in a single variable which returns the type of answer is a tuple. So I hope you understood another concept. When there are more than one return value, the data type of the method is a tuple. Let us check the next question. Def number. There are no arguments passed here. X is equal to 10. Print x. See what happens now. Y is equal to 25. Print x. Now look at the problem here. Y is 25, which is a global variable. Print x. I'm trying to print x, but there are no x in the global statement. X is a local variable. So trying to print a x here is actually wrong. You cannot try to print a x here. So either make these two things, print x should be made as y actually. Only then the program will work. Or change this variable name as x. Either one should be done. Either change these two variable names as y or change this to x. Then the problem will be rectified. Let us move on to the next code. Def number global x is equal to 10, print x. Here the global value x is 25, print x, number, print x. So what happens in this statement? First, x is equal to 25. X is a global variable with value 25. Print x. What is printed on the screen? 25. Then function number is called. So program control will jump to this place. X is made as a global variable. 10 is assigned to x and print x. So 10 will get printed. Then come back to this line. Again print x. What gets printed? 10 will get printed. Why? Actually, the previous value of x was 25. But when I referred x as a global variable and then change the value as 10, the global value gets affected. So, previous to the method, x will be printed as 25. But after the method, x will be printed as 10. And There are no errors in this program. Yes, the program is given here. Let us execute and check if it works well. Yes, the value of x was first 25. Then after changing the global variable, x is printed as 10, and inside the function it is 10. Outside the function also it becomes 10 because we have changed the global variable as 10. Look at the next code. Write the output. Def check of x, return x power 2. So input a value a if check of a modulus 2. So what are we trying to do here? The power of a number, I mean the square of a number is returned, and if it is an even number or odd number, that is what we are checking. So give an input, say for example you give number 3. So 3 power 2 is 9. If 9 modulus 2 is equal to 0, look at the next program, write the output, def check of x, return x power 2. So this program inputs a number and checks if the square of a number is an odd number or an even number. So if check of a modulus 2, so what happens? Whatever number you input, that is passed in as an argument for check of a, and the return value is substituted in this place. So if say for example I am giving a number 3, 3 power 2 is 9. 9 is replaced in this place. If 9 modulus 2 is not equal to 0, number is odd, else number is even. Suppose I give number 4. 4 to the 4 square is 16. 16 modulus 2 is equal to 0. So it will say number is even. So let us check how it works. Number. Let me give 5. 5 5 power 5, 5 power 2 is 25. So the number is odd. Let me execute it again. Say 10. The number is even because 10 square is 100. So this is how this program works. So you should know how to substitute values and find out the output of a given program. Okay. So we have come to the end of the session. Hope you all have understood how to write programs, how to fix errors in the given code, and how to find out the output of any given code. Thank you.